Hello, my name is Nicole Price. I'm here to show off my Asynchronous Group Social Work Conference presentation. So the agenda, I'll be explaining a summary of the group proposal for parts A and B. I explain my rationale for the need within the community, provide some evidence-based relevance to social work interventions, discussion of group evaluation, and community collaboration. So for a summary of parts A and B, for this group proposal assignment, I chose an underserved population and research. Then I chose a practice or social issue related to this population to address in a group therapy environment. This was broken down into two parts, A and B. So group proposal part A, my chosen target population was military veterans in rural Oregon. I wrote a group proposal outline for serving this population. The outline included a thesis, demographics, specific population, as mentioned, intervention, impact, and possible treatment, group type. For group proposal part B, I wrote a structured plan with rationale, treatment group design, session agendas, and evaluation. The rationale for the need within the community. As mentioned in the previous slide, the underserved group that I've chosen are adult military veterans who live in rural Oregon, specifically those with PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder or any other psychiatric mental illness. Also, I want to mention too, like a lot of times military veterans, especially with PTSD or other psychiatric mental illnesses, may be also suffering from like a comorbid substance abuse. So that's also something to be mindful of. My knowledge of how to better serve military veterans is severely lacking in comparison to my knowledge of other underserved groups. And also the reason I chose Oregon is because that's where I live. According to the data from the Department of Veterans Affairs and Pew Research, there are more than 18 million military veterans living in the United States and represent 6% of the U.S. adult population. Veterans who served in the last 30 years make up the largest number of living veterans. PTSD is slightly more common in veterans than civilians. At one point in their lifetime, 7% of veterans will be diagnosed with PTSD. In the general population, 6% of adults will be diagnosed with PTSD in their lifetime. PTSD is more likely to occur in military veterans who were deployed versus those who did not. And veterans also die at a higher rate by suicide than the general population, which I think is very important to take note of. So in Oregon, there are 36 counties in Oregon. Oregon rural areas, specifically the Southwest region, were identified as holding the highest risk of veteran suicide risk throughout the state, though 2/3 of Oregon counties are classified as rural. According to the Department of Veteran Affairs, there are 284,141 military veterans living in Oregon in fiscal year 2020, and there is a higher prevalence of unmarried military veterans, and social isolation may characterize a higher risk of suicide, especially in rural counties in Oregon. So I thought that was really important to take note of. So evidence-based relevance to social work interventions. I selected the specialty group, also incorporating hybrid with the psychoeducation group type, which could also be called psychosocial rehabilitation. I chose this group type because the group will address a specific client population. I'd like to do this in combination with a psychoeducation group because psychoeducation groups tend to be based on a recovery model, which encourages long-term resilience in clients and symptom management. These groups are designed to educate and empower clients, families, caregivers, and support systems to be able to better manage a client's psychiatric symptoms, mental illness, or behavioral health problems. It has historically been used with very specific populations such as military veterans. A major strength of this approach is that it combines both cognitive and behavioral therapy approaches. It strongly helps with skill building for long-term recovery of mental illness and behavioral issues, such as with symptom management. They focus on changing behavior, skill building, and building natural supports. This population would also highly benefit from psychoeducation, such as increased understanding about common symptoms, recognize early warning signs, improve symptom management, and enhance relapse prevention. Effective intervention, coping skills, and building natural supports. I would likely utilize and follow the Seeking Safety Treatment Manual curriculum, which is recommended by Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Seeking Safety is an evidence-based treatment that helps people with PTSD, trauma, and substance-related recovery, which is quite, I think, common in military veterans. I would specifically for military veterans with PTSD in rural counties in Oregon. One of the sessions from the Seeking Safety Treatment Manual curriculum includes exploring healthy relationships, which I think would be really beneficial for social isolation, which is a prevalent higher risk of suicide. Veterans are experiencing social isolation, are more likely to follow through with suicide. So discussion of group evaluation. Although evaluation will be ongoing during group development, this will be highly important to focus on for the last group session, which is called termination. At the end of the Seeking Safety Treatment Manual curriculum, the final session involves giving each group participant a handout called the Seeking Safety Feedback Questionnaire. This is highly important for making possible revisions for future groups. On the handout, group participants are asked to answer how many sessions that participant has attended. They are then asked from a numerical scale to identify how helpful the treatment was and how helpful each of the topics were. It also ends with an idea for commitment, which includes continuing to practice their skills and build a natural support system, including using the skills that they built and the coping strategies that they learned. And something I want to mention too is that group would be once a week for 60 minutes. And it would be probably several months to go through the whole Seeking Safety Manual. Community collaboration. What will the group provide to the community to enhance its strengths? With reduction in severe mental illness symptoms as suicidality and depressive symptoms, an increased sense of meaning in their lives, and that their lives are worth living. They can feel more connected to their communities through whichever way they choose, such as getting a job, maintaining a job, and volunteer work. This will increase a sense of belonging and security, benefiting the well-being of everyone in their communities. They're my references, and thank you.